Welcome back everyone to Roofing Insights. I'm your host Dmitry. Today we're in lovely Dallas at F-Wave headquarters.
F-Wave World Headquarters.
Scott McDonald's the most American name I've ever interviewed, I think. Thank you so much, man, for your hospitality.
It's my pleasure, and we're thrilled to have you here with us in Burleson, Texas.
So today, guys, we're going to be talking about business of making shingles. I have quite a few questions to this mister because he took me in his plant and outside, and we've tested shingles already. He showed us how they make, and all of that is good stuff. I'm very impressed. I'm not easily impressed person, I would say, but I want to talk about business part. Obviously, you're CEO. The company was formed in 2015. I'm blown away with the technology and how fast you guys are growing. And how long you've been CEO? You're president. Tell me about the structure of the company. Is it a family-owned? Who's behind it? Do you have investors? Tell me about like legal stuff of the business.
Yeah, sure. We're a privately owned company. We have a handful of investors. Our parent company, if you will, is based in New Zealand,
okay,
and we're a wholly owned subsidiary. You may be wondering where the name F-Wave came from. Before we started up F-Wave USA, the parent company acquired F-Wave Japan, okay, which is the former thin film solar business of Fuji Electric.
Okay, that's what F stands for?
That's where the F and the wave came from, okay? And you're a smart guy. I think your audience is a smart audience, so they're going to know why we have a thin film solar company and a roofing company in the U.S. In the future will be a solar shingle.
I see.
Yep. So we are a technology company that has started a roofing company, which is a little bit of a different way to do it.
And what's the timeline? That was, I believe, 8-9 years ago?
Yeah, so we've been working on the current format of our product for a little over 10 years. Why the long run-up is there was some technology invention that needed to happen to allow us to continuously form our thermoplastic shingle. Wow. And also, you know, if you're going to put it on the roof, you need to know that it's going to last for a good long time. So we did a significant amount of product development and testing to assure that our product was going to be durable, long-lasting, thermally and dimensionally stable, everything you need it to be to thrive and survive for a good long time on the roof.
Tell me about, so the name is, it's a thermoplastic, so it's not a rubber shingle. You probably get a lot of rubber comments.
Because it's somewhat soft,
yep.
People misinterpret and think it's rubber, but it's actually a thermoplastic polyolefin. Which
is it better than rubber?
It's much better than rubber for a variety of reasons. Rubber is generally a recycled material that's made into a rubber roofing shingle. Ours is all virgin thermoplastic, which means its durability is greater, its dimensional stability is greater, and because of that, it's really designed to last a good long time on the roof. It's as tough and durable as anything rubber out there. So yeah, we feel very good about being a thermoplastic and not a rubber product.
What's behind the name Wave? What's the Wave stands for?
Oh, well, the Wave, our parent company is based in New Zealand. You know, we're a wholly owned subsidiary of a private company, and they own another company called F-Wave Japan, which is the former thin film solar business of Fuji Electric, and so that's where the name F-Wave came from.
Cool. So explain one more time in detail, like not in a boring way, but technology. So it's not a TPO, it's modified TPO, it's not a rubber. We already have seen it today, how it's pretty much, you know, if you put a heat gun, it always comes back because of the mold. So what's behind the technology? I mean, I know it's top secret, but...
Yeah, no worries. We refer to our shingles as synthetic. Synthetic just means that it's a thermoplastic. Okay. It's a thermoplastic polyolefin. So what we start with is an industrial grade TPO polymer. We modify it to increase the durability and the thermal and dimensional stability, because the roof has to lay flat, stay flat, right? And so, you know, our proprietary formulation results in a thermoplastic shingle that feels soft and rubbery. So a lot of people do confuse it with rubber, but it's really a thermoplastic that's designed to be extra durable and, you know, high performing on the roof.
How hard is it to produce a roofing product in the United States? What's the state of the market? Is it hard to get in? Is it competitive? What's the challenges as a manufacturer do you face?
Well, you know the roofing industry is ultra competitive all across the spectrum, from contractor, distributor to manufacturer, right? We're not trying to come in and compete with the mainstream.
Sure.
We're not a commodity product. We're a premium product with premium performance, premium looks. So we felt like there was plenty of space in that spot in the market to introduce a new technology, a new way of manufacturing shingles out of a new material that supports our mission, which is to produce the best shingle ever made.
I mean, you've done a heck of the job to be in a space of 4 years. You already sell it in Minneapolis, right?
We sell in about 16 states right now.
16 states in 4 years in business. That's impressive. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
Was it hard to conquer? I mean, what's the hardest market to get in?
Well, it's incredibly difficult, right? Because nobody in the industry is screaming for another shingle, a new product.
Sure.
So first we had to...
But people do look for innovations.
People are looking for innovation, and believe it or not, people are looking for better performance.
Yep.
Right? The shingle of today is not equal to the shingle of yesterday, and I think everybody recognizes that. So we felt there was an opportunity to come in with a product that was truly better in terms of how it performed, just as easy to install as any asphalt shingle out there, which really I think makes it easier for the contractor to adopt and sell. But there's a good performance story around it that resonates with homeowners.
Let's talk about raw materials. Obviously, we have asphalt that's not unlimited supply,
Right.
and it depends on price, oil, and all of that stuff. But what about your raw materials and sustainability?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's 7 primary ingredients in our product.
Okay.
They're all readily available. They're not, what I'd call commodity products, but they're resins and polymers that are, available in the market. We formulate those in a way that's a bit proprietary, but everything about our product is green and sustainable. In the factory here, we reclaim and reuse all of our production waste. So as we manufacture the shingles, they get trimmed and cut to size. All of that gets reused back in our manufacturing process. That's completely different than typical shingle operation, right?
Let's talk about it too. You already mentioned something about recycling earlier. As far as recycle goes, because I know a lot of landfills, they claim, like even we have one in Minneapolis, the biggest one, they claim they recycle shingles, and can't fool me. Like I actually bring my shingles there, and I know what you're doing with them. You keep burying them, but I think what they do is like a very small portion, because you can't recycle asphalt shingles. I mean, I think there is a process that can be done. They say they put them back on the roads and stuff like that, but nobody's really doing it. It's too complex, too costly. What about recycling your stuff?
Yeah, I think there are some efforts in the industry to recycle asphalt shingles for road paving or cement kilns or things like that. We're not taking roofs off right now. Sure. We're still in the business of putting roofs on, and we expect them to last a good long time. So the pressure to recycle them off the roof is not there today, but it's completely doable. So when that time comes, we expect to have a turnkey process to reclaim those roofs and granulate them, repurpose them back into shingles.
So let's say I install a roof today, and tomorrow I decided to take it off and bring it back. Will it take it back now?
It's completely recyclable, yes.
And what you're going to do with them? You make them...
In fact, on some of our installations, we've explained this to the contractor, and we've seen the crews collecting the trim scraps and taking them to the recycling yard. That'll pay them, pennies on the pound for the plastic.
Just like you would do aluminum?
Just like you would, your plastic milk jugs or whatnot.
Really?
Which brings me to a point I need to make. Our products are green and sustainable and wholly recyclable, but we do not use any recycled plastic content in our products. That's really important, and that's different than a lot of the other plastic shingles that are out there. The reason we don't is because thermoplastics specifically are, when they're formed, you have some memory molded in. So if you used recycled products, whether it be a water jug or the sole of a tennis shoe or whatever, it wants to curl. It always wants to curl because it wants to go back to its form shape. We can't have that in our product, so we don't use any of it.
Wow. That was interesting.
And what I'm going to segue into right now is you saw how it repairs itself. that's connected to what I'm saying right now.
Yep. No, it makes total sense. I completely understand. Let's talk a little bit more about the roofing market. I know you said it's competitive, but what feedback you're getting right now? Like, where do you see? I mean, obviously you're at the top of a food chain as far as I'm concerned, by price, by looks. What kind of feedback you're getting right now from the customers and contractors?
The feedback we get is generally very positive in terms of how the product looks, how it performs, how relatively easy it installs compared to other premium products. The concern, quite honestly, is all of the synthetic or polymeric products that have come before us and failed. We have to be able to sell through that resistance. Sure. Because anybody that's been in the industry for any period of time, has seen the different products that didn't work out. So we have to sell past that every time and prove that our product actually performs.
Okay. What are number one or number two, maybe? Like, give me a couple concerns or problems, because it's challenging. You're
Yes.
getting in the roofing industry where, we understand how metal works, we understand how asphalt works. What are the concerns or negative maybe feedback you're getting right now from, dealing with the plastic? I know, like rubber, people say about rubber shingles that, it's they're gonna fade. Rubber has their own, but what about polymers? What concerns you guys have?
We get the same questions about fading. We get questions about, cup and curl. We get questions about, is the UV going to destroy it and it's going to crack and fall apart? We're not concerned about any of those things because we've, tested our product so extensively and over a long period of time. As we've introduced our product to the market, we have learned a few things. One is that the shape matters, right? We have designed our products. It's a semi-rigid product, so you've touched it, you've felt it. Yep. So it's not soft and floppy like an asphalt shingle, but it's not stiff and rigid like a polymeric tile either. But because it is semi-rigid, you have to have a flat, good deck to work off of. If there are deck imperfections, then the products do want to stand up a little bit. So sure. We've learned that you need to start with a good deck, and you need to take care to drive all the nails in, because if there's nails standing up, the tiles will want to stand up. So it's more things that need to be taken care of during the installation process to get them flat on the roof than anything else.
What kind of underlayment do you recommend?
We recommend and allow any ASTM approved synthetic underlayment.
Okay. And probably staple it versus cap nails, just because of the bumps?
Well, no,
No?
because most synthetic underlayment manufacturers, that will void their warranty if you staple it.
True.
So we do ask that it be cap nailed.
And it doesn't affect?
It's no problem with that, no problem with that. So that we have to take care of. Any crews that are installing shingles can easily learn how to install our products, but there are some nuances in terms of how to get it correctly aligned. I think we showed you the alignment markings that we put on our shingle. Even with those, we have to generally give some coaching to the crews on their first installation so that they get all the patterning aligned and you don't get goofy lines running up the roof.
Awesome. What's your capacity right now? How many, what's your capacity now? Like, I know, for example, Elon Musk with the Tesla, demand is there, but you can't produce. You have to get in line for 2 years. Do you have bigger demand, or like you're just right? And
no,
how scalable?
Yeah, we never talk specific numbers about our business. Sure. The capacity that we have.
Really?
Surprising, right? The capacity that we have with our first plant here is enough to serve the markets that we're developing right now. Okay. We expect to be.
So there's no backlog. If I want it today, I can pretty much buy it.
That is correct. That is correct. This facility is not our permanent home. We have purchased land here in Burleson where we'll build a scale plant in a couple of years. Okay. And ultimately we expect our footprint here to be a handful of manufacturing lines serving a big chunk of the U.S. before we move on and build a second plant someplace else.
Awesome. What's the ultimate goal? Like, do you see a company in 5 years? Do you see as a publicly traded company, as 15 plants, privately owned?
Yeah, we don't have any plans to become a public company as I sit here today. We're working on developing the roofing business of the future, which our purpose is to change the very reason that you have a roof on your house. Today, everybody has a roof for architectural style, curb appeal, and to shed water, right? We're going to turn the roof of the future into having other purposes like the generation of energy.
Well, just like Elon Musk. I mean, that's where it's headed. What do you think about Elon Musk and his products?
I think that they're a incredibly innovative and creative bunch over there with Elon Musk and Tesla. Time will tell if he has a winning roof system or not.
Yeah, he's struggling. It looks like they introduced it to the market like 2-3 years ago, and they've done few. And you can go to the website and pre-order, but you can't get it installed. You can't buy it. Everybody wants one. Nobody can get one.
Well, you can get an F-Wave Revia roof today.
Sounds good, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Again, we appreciate you coming to Burleson.
Thank you. Check out their website. If you haven't seen our review about F-Wave, go check it out. We will be covering their success story. They have amazing product. We already have seen it. We love it. We wish them best of success. Check it out. Comment below what you think about their product so far. What's your thoughts are. Maybe you have concerns. We'd like to hear from you.